Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to That's Prolific Podcast. I'm your man Lou, and I speak my truth. In today's episode, I want to talk about learning from others. Well, I think that learning from others is really helpful because we could actually um, learn from their mistakes, and we could also benefit from both their personal and professional experience. That's one thing. The second thing is I think it helps us to grow faster because we could actually avoid making some of the mistakes they made, even if everyone's path is different. But I think that will be one point. I think that by learning from others and listening to others, we could actually broaden our own opinion and as well acquire knowledge faster. I think that will be two other points that will be really positive in terms of learning from others. Now, I think that learning from others is possible with, I would say, active and a really empathic listening. Just by listening to a person, what they say, what they lived, what they've been through, what they know, the job they have, the business they have, the struggle they've been through, we could actually learn from them. And I think the best technique is really to listen to them sincerely, to give them room to express themselves and as well question them a bit because sometimes some of the things that we would need to know about a person we would have to ask. Now, as they say, no advice is the best advice. And I have to agree with that. I would say that some of the things that will be really bad when learning from others will be comparing ourselves to their personal or professional experiences and their mistakes because when we would learn from others and try to apply what they know or what they've been through on our own lives, I would say um, we have to remember that not everything will be the same. So you have to take the things that they said as it is and try to modify it, adjust it to your own vision, to your own ways, to your own life. Another thing I would say that could be really difficult when learning from others is, I would say, at some point losing your ability to doing things spontaneously and on your own, meaning like you would always have to go to someone and ask for advice, an advice or advices, and to actually start something or go on with something that you've started. So I think that will be a really difficult part. So learning from others doesn't mean that they have to actually give you approval, to what you want to start or to the things that you have going on. I think that we have to, I would say, keep a certain like autonomy into our decision process, I would say as well the bonds between the generation and the communication between the generations is really important because you can actually learn a lot from your peers, that could be your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, because they've been into some stuff already, they have a certain like look upon life. Well, I would say that from learning, from people older than you would have to be kind of objective in the same times because we have to keep in mind that themselves their vision might be biased at time, but I think that they already have some experience. They are, I would say, for a good part of them, I would say, mature enough, to give you some feedback, some life stuffs, and that would help you to move forward and faster. I think as well that it is important to as well keep a communication with the younger generations because they see life in a really different way than we do. I would say for adults, And it is important to keep this communication because they still have that um, young person vision, but in the meantime they already have a really critical, I would say, for the kids like that were born after the 2000. They really see the world like differently than us, than we do. And I think it's important as well to keep this the communication with them, because they could actually help us shift our perception on a lot of things, on a lot of topics and areas. And yeah, I think that's really important to keep the communication with them as well. I have myself benefited a lot from others' experiences and mistakes. It helped me to grow and move faster, and as well in terms of mistakes, not to fall into certain traps that were there for me because simply of my age or the type of situation that I would end up in or being around. And I think that it's really important as well, to understand that not everything that we will go through, we will be able to express them to others, you know. And I think it's perfectly okay. Some of the stuff we are going through will be um, customed, or I would say really adapted to our own perception, our own background, our own where we grew up, and all kind of stuffs. But I think it's as well important to try to share them still and see if it could help somebody. So I encourage you to, if you want to learn from others just by listening to them, ask them questions, and if you have anything that you would like to discuss, then feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to have a chat and a conversation with you. That's all for today. I'm your man Lou, and I speak my truth. And remember, exploring our ideas is the fastest track to success.